Good Monday morning to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Currently have the heat basically on a line approximately here. So a little cooler conditions. Updrafts may not be quite as strong, but still we're looking at a strong potential for strong thunderstorms that'll produce some wet microbursts, including some very locally heavy rainfall with the environment at 2 to 3 standard deviations above normal. Also some pretty good wind fields aloft being generated as well, so this could get down to surface. Warmest temperatures across this particular region looks probably to be a little bit more volatile, but we do have some showers. These will be moving on through, and once they get a little bit past us, we'll have some openings here, some sunny breaks, and that's when I think we'll see better chances for stronger thunderstorms a little bit later on here, probably after around 12:30 or so. This VELCO weather hazards outlook. Thunderstorms, some strong to locally severe again with heavy rainfall producers with possible flash flooding today, Monday. Second thunderstorm threat is marginal. That'll swing on through on Tuesday. Primarily some strong gusty winds associated with that, especially closest to the northern border region. This will happen Tuesday afternoon. Best project weather will then get here along about Thursday or so, followed by a possible thunderstorm threat again for Friday. Some potentially strong, low confidence on good project weather potentially as well on Saturday. So two good project weather days, Thursday and Saturday. The rest will see some showers. The tropics have also become anomalously active and rather active for this early in the season. We'll get to that as well. Okay, looking at the HRRR model, you can kind of see some activity moving through parts of northern Vermont. That's with that first batch of rain that is moving on through. I'm not sure we're going to make thunderstorm criteria, but there could be some isolated lightning strikes. And in roughly about the noon hour, that's when things should develop, get fairly active across some parts of the state. And the sense is that it's going to head toward the Connecticut River Valley. This is about 2 o'clock or so. And then you can see other development. Mostly very heavy rains here. This is roughly between about 3 and about 5 o'clock, but there could be some isolated very strong cells as well. And then continuing that, looks like a little bit of a layover, with just for heavy rain exiting, and then the next little batch moving through parts of southern Vermont happening. It looks like this is about midnight tonight, and that may be the last of it until tomorrow, where mainly northern areas will be affected by thunderstorms. A little bit too early to say for southern areas at this point in time. Looking at the 6-hourly panels of the European, this is kind of where our storm situation. There'll be some development across Pennsylvania that'll be training, probably producing flooding issues, and this will be moving into Vermont. This is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is between 2 o'clock in the afternoon and 8 p.m. this evening. Then it starts to shift a little bit to the south and east. We have that secondary system that's moving into Vermont. This is valid 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday. You can see some thunderstorms greater than 0.15 of an inch of rainfall. And then they kind of just move on out, and later in the afternoon they kind of dry up a little bit. So conditions improving. A little bit of shower activity on Wednesday. And then we get into Thursday. It looks like that'll be our next good project weather day. Still some indications maybe of some very light precipitation, but when it looks like this, it's generally a trace. So probably it's not going to happen. And then here's Friday's storms, where we get back a little bit of our heat and a little bit of our humidity. And you can see some training echoes potentially with that with another frontal system. By the time we get into Saturday, things start to improve a little bit. But we still have some cumulus parameterization issues that potentially this means we might have some towering cumulus clouds or something. This would be along about Saturday afternoon. Quick look at the GFS ensemble, kind of matches up. Here's our heavy precipitation amounts, and you can see that some of our maximum totals 3.09 inches. The mean is about 1.7 inches, so that's some pretty hefty rainfall for today. And you can see the spike, and then things much lighter thereafter. This is going to be the big day in terms of heavy precipitable water in these 2 to 3 standard deviations in a kind of moisture-rich environment. So we do have a flash flood watch in effect that goes from noon until, into the evening hours. And you can see these are 3-inch amounts, roughly along this most maximum zone of heaviest precipitation. Just a little bit offset from the Champlain Valley, generally south and east, but these are 1.5-inch amounts. So we're looking at some pretty hefty rainfall here. Of course, this is over the next 7 days total. GFS ensemble temperatures projected. You can see that aloft it cools at 850 millibars. That's as cool as it gets. Then it starts to warm up toward the 23rd, 24th, 25th of June. And you can likewise see cooling nights, lessening humidity. Looks like things become a little bit unhinged here. This is around the 22nd through the 23rd. So that's when that next batch of showers and storms works in along about Friday. Next 5-day maximum temperatures, you can see just one in the eastern seaboard, and it's southeastern New England, but we're basically neutral as we have cooled down in the weighted coolness, allowing us just basically neutral. Note that it is well below normal to the north. Some of this air is going to try to make a run at us. And of course, we have a major heat wave taking place from northern Mexico up into the Pacific Northwest. The desert Southwest are setting new records, perhaps all-time records. What about 5 days later? This is the way it shapes up again, neutral. The cold air kind of holds out to the north and west of us, so we're kind of holding our own here in the northeast United States, which some of the anomalous temperatures kind of want to keep us close to near normal, if not even a little bit above normal as we head into next weekend. And if there wasn't enough going on, well, we have a couple systems here. These are tropical cyclones. This is an easterly wave that's made it all the way across. It's going to be affecting the Lesser Antilles over the course of the next couple of days into the middle part of the week. And then we have this on the Yucatan Peninsula, 80% chance of a spin up here. And it's very likely to track somewhere in the Louisiana-Texas Gulf Coast region. Latest projected model track, you can see kind of in toward Houston and New Orleans. And then some of that moisture is going to make a run all the way into southern New England. At this point in time, it'll more than likely just be high PWatts. And this is probably what will line up along about Friday or so. The Gulf Tropical Storm System really not expected to be a big deal. 45 knots. Generally, most of the plumes here stay under that. And then we weaken in about 3 days. And this is the next tropical cyclone to watch here. This is on 8 o'clock Monday. It spins up as a tropical storm. It'll be named and then take a track very close to South American coastline. This is in the lower Caribbean. No issues about it curving up the coast. Last but not least, current sea surface temperatures. You note it is above normal, so green light for Cape Verde storms and tropical systems that track, 10 to 25 north, and then continue on a track, and it could be problematic for later in the year. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.